There is no blueprint. There is no book for what you're going to experience when you're truly walking the path of awakening, okay? And a lot of people don't even know what it really means to awaken. And I didn't until I was being taught what it actually meant to be an awakened being, okay? There's so much garbage in the spiritual matrix world that makes you think and believe that just because you use certain words, or you talk a certain way, or you wear a certain outfit, or you do certain things, that you're an actual awakened being, and that you're 5D, and that you're ascending, and you're a high vibrational person, okay? Just because you think it or say it or wear a mask, it doesn't actually mean that you're truly walking the path of what it means to be an awakened being, okay? True awakening, it's the path of becoming, okay? It's the path of becoming what and who we really are, all right? And the truth, the only thing that exists is that oneness is the only truth that exists, okay? And people have no idea what that means. I'm a student of oneness consciousness, and I'm only learning now in like the last few years of what it really means, oneness. What does that mean, right? Because all we've ever known is separation from our divinity, which means we are separated from every other being, which means we have no fucking clue that we are all one, that we are all connected, okay? My teacher, Rachel Fiore, always says this quote: you can't create suffering for yourself and not create it for everybody. That's oneness. Whatever you create for yourself, you are creating for everybody, okay? So all we've ever been brainwashed to do is create suffering. That's all, we're masters at it, right? We have mastered being beings of separation. That's the illusion. There is no such thing, but we've mastered it, which means all we create is separation, right? And it's part of the plan so that it takes us away from the truth, which is that we are actually one. And when we actually do the work for ourselves and start to create, okay, from frequencies that are enlightened frequencies, and not frequencies of fear, of worry, of unworthiness, of people pleasing, of fear of failure, whatever the fuck it is that you individually uniquely have in your body, in your energetic fields that you consent to at all times, you are creating from that place until you don't. Until you transform that shit and you raise your level of consciousness, you raise your vibrational frequency, and you are now becoming the truth of what you are. The truth of what you are, I mean, you're a divinity yourself. You're a fractal piece of the divine, right? You are an extension of creator. You understand this, right? And so truly, when you're walking the awakening path, you won't ever, it's not about what you wear or what you talk about or how much you breathe and you walk around and say things like greetings and brother and sister and all this fucking shit, and like, you know, you get naked and you know, whatever. Like, it's not about any of that shit. And if you fucking do that stuff, well, that's fine, but are you doing the work for fucking real? Okay? Because what I had to learn the hard way, because I didn't know. I was really naive when I first had my first initial spiritual awakening, and then I started walking the path, and I walked into the world of spirituality, and I was like really naive. You know, I thought that if you spoke a certain way, if you looked a certain way, then you were spiritual, right? You were really high vibe. And I had to learn the hard way, like, all of that is fucking bullshit. And all of that is mask wearing, and it's all being a character, and it's all inauthentic, right? Because the truth is, when you're someone that's really doing the work on yourself, and you're really becoming what you really are, right? You're coming back the divine being that you are, you will wear less and less masks. Why? Because you're alchemizing all of the wounds and the programs you run that make you wear a mask in the first place. You get what I'm saying here? So in our day, we will see many false lights coming up to the surface, many who have duped and tricked and manipulated people who really are wanting to wake up and really are wanting sovereignty and really wanting to create heaven on earth by going inward. All of those false lights, all of these like bullshit spiritual concepts that are just rooted in nothing but separation and nothing but bypassing, it will all come up to the surface, okay? You'll see it more and more and more, okay? And then what will actually stand are actual, true, spiritual, enlightened teachers that are really here to give humanity the keys to unlock their sovereignty, okay? That's the truth, right? And you will see the true way showers and the true light workers who are really here to lead humanity into harmony and oneness, because you will start to feel the frequency of people. You will start to feel people because you're learning how to master yourself. That's the truth, right? So on this path, okay, what it means to be a true awakening being is I am willing to see that all I've ever done, all I've ever created were frequencies of separation, okay? That it's not your fault. Patriarchy and the old earth, the evil parasitic entities that have governed us, right, have created hell on earth. And then we keep creating hell on earth because we have no idea about energetics. We have no idea about who the truth of what we are. And the true spiritual education is completely ripped away from us, okay? Done by reason, so that we stay small, disconnected, weak, powerless, and then we're easily controllable and manipulated, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? Okay, so now that you know that, we are here to really walk the path, and walking the path of what it means to be awakened being, that's no easy feat, okay? It's not butterflies and tantra and sexual energy and cuddling each other and having orgies. The true awakening path is I am willing to see where my level of consciousness is at. It's pretty low. I'm willing to see every aspect of me that is in separation. I'm willing to see where I have inner child wounds and unprocessed trauma. I'm willing to see the ugly and the painful and the uncomfortable. And I am willing to choose to transform and elevate out of all of it. Okay? That's the real shadow work. That's the path of becoming. We're in a time right now where you can either choose, okay, to stay locked in and trapped in the old earth and in suffering and spiritual bypassing, where you don't want to feel any of your stuff, where you don't want to look at any of your shit, okay? You can choose to do that, right? That's your choice, okay? That's going to anchor you into the old earth. That's what's going to keep hell on earth existing. You can choose that, right? You can choose to just be picky with, oh, that feels good for me and that feeds my ego and like that makes me feel comfortable and that makes me feel safe and that makes me feel good. You can choose that, okay? Or you can go, yeah, I'm done with suffering. I'm done with the way this world is. I'm done with every day waking up to reading and listening to videos about torture and abuse and neglect and murder and genocide and rape and trafficking. I'm done with all of that. I want to actually create a new earth where none of that exists. So I'm willing to do the work on myself to create something new, because all I've ever known is the old. And the old is just suffering. Okay? The old is hell. Right? When you choose to actually want to see every aspect, every emotion, thought, behavior, that is nothing but separation, and you're willing to do the work to take it one layer at a time, to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself, to learn what it means to be an alchemist, to learn how to connect to your heart, to connect to your divinity, how to open your heart, okay? And go descend into the darkness, connected to the divinity that you are. Then you're ready to really evolve and elevate for real, okay? And when you're ready to do that, that's what it means to walk the path of becoming. We are here to come back to what we are. But coming back to what we are, we gotta unlearn, unravel everything that we thought that we were, that we've attached to, that we've consented to, that we've identified with, that is not the truth of what we are, okay? And that doesn't take a year or 2 years or a month or an hour, okay? A lot of people want a quick fix. They want it now. Why can't it happen now? They want it easy. I'm gonna tell you this right now. My teacher, Rachel Fiore, gave a teaching on this. If you just got it now, if it was so fucking easy, you wouldn't become anything. It wouldn't be worth anything. Like, if tomorrow, all of a sudden, you were like, yeah, I want like a jacked body, and you just had it like that, but you didn't earn or become having that great, amazing, incredible body, it wouldn't mean anything. Like, it wouldn't be worth anything to you or anybody, because we think it's always the end result that we want to have, that's where we want to get to. That's all powerlessness. That's all weakness. Okay. It's the journey of becoming. That is it. This is the path. When you walk the path, when you put in the time, when you put in the love, when you put in the energy into you, and you cry and you rejoice and you're victorious and you fall and you bring yourself back up and you keep on going, that's the journey of becoming that we are here to experience and do. And that means everything. All of this other bypassing powerlessness shit, it only keeps you so low and it keeps you weak. And when you're like that, you have nothing to give to anybody in selfless service because you have not given anything to yourself. You have not become anything for yourself. So how can you become anything for this world? Get what I'm saying here? So in this time right now, more than ever, all of that spiritual bypassing fucking bullshit needs to go. Bury it. And for those of you who are ready and who are walking the path of becoming, I salute you. Because we are, a lot of us, doing the work twice as much because there are so many people that are avoiding, they're staying powerless, that are resisting. That's the truth. Okay? So keep on going. You're not alone. We're scattered for a reason. We have to be. Okay? If we were all together, it would be comfy. We're meant to learn in whatever situation, whatever surrounding, whatever experience you're having right now, for us to grow, for us to elevate for real, for us to become for real. Okay? And if those of you out there are like, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to become, Masters of Self University, our metaphysical school fall semester starts August 26th. You can sign up for a free student enrollment meeting. Link in my bio down there. And you can learn more about how to enroll as a student, or you can just check out our podcast at Masters of Self University podcast and join our free Discord community. And you can share and ask questions there. And until the next video, keep awakening, keep becoming, keep doing the work. I love you.